Though we live in the midst of a large number of pathogenic microorganisms, we do not get severely infected diseases always. This is due to the defense mechanism of our body. Lysozyme present in our tears and saliva, wax-like substance in the ear canal, different layers of tissues seen in the skin are examples for this. Bacteria are the microorganisms which cause diseases in our body. Temperature is the factor that mainly influences the multiplication of bacteria. The average body temperature of human beings is 36.9 degrees Celsius. This temperature is ideal for bacterial multiplication. This is why bacteria spread quickly within the body. When under a bacterial attack, the body's natural defense mechanism increases the body temperature. This is characterized by fever. When the temperature rises, the bacteria in the body are periodically destroyed. The body naturally prevents bacterial microorganisms from invading it. This natural defense mechanism is called the immune system. White blood cells are blood corpuscles which maintains the defense mechanism of our body. White blood cells like neutrophils and monocytes can destroy germs by engulfing them. This process is known as phagocytosis. Those factors that destroy the germs like this are called phagocytes. Neutrophils, monocytes, and macrophages are the three major types of phagocytes. When a wound is formed, pathogens attack our body. Inflammation is a defense mechanism that our body uses to overcome this. The changes that occur in the blood capillary wall are the reasons for inflammation. When a wound is formed, the flow of blood stops after some time. This is due to clotting of blood. When the platelets come into contact with the atmospheric air, they burst and liberate thromboplastin. Prothrombin, the enzyme produced in the liver, gets converted into thrombin by thromboplastin released from the broken platelets. Thrombin later converts soluble fibrinogen molecules into insoluble fibrin. Fibrin filaments form a fine network. Red blood cells and platelets get trapped in this network and blood clot is formed. Any foreign substances reaching the body are termed as antigens. Germs are an important aspect of antigens. The white blood cells called lymphocytes can recognize specific characteristics of germs and can act against each germ in a specific manner. Lymphocytes are of two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Though they differ in their activity, immunity of the body is made possible by the combined action of lymphocytes and by antibodies. Lymphocytes destroy germs directly or through antibodies. Antibodies are protein molecules that have the ability to destroy antigens. It was discovered since ancient times that once a person gets infected with smallpox, that person will be immune to the disease. This knowledge was used to prevent disease in India, China, and Turkey in the 17th century. The principle of vaccination is the use of pathogens themselves to destroy pathogens. Germs Both alive and dead are used as vaccines. Let us examine which are the important vaccines. Tuberculosis vaccine BCG. Polio OPV. Liver cirrhosis hepatitis vaccine mumps MMR. Tetanus DPT. Diphtheria DPT. Whooping cough DPT. Lymphocytes are cells which have a special ability to recognize one's own body cells. However, in some individuals, lymphocytes identify the body cells as antigens and react against them. Such conditions are called autoimmune disorders. Rheumatic fever is an example. If defense mechanism becomes excessive, it is harmful to our body. Allergy is caused as a result. The reason for allergies can be multiple. Dust particles, pollen grains, food items, and some medicines can cause it. Asthma is a disease caused due to allergy. We have heard of organ transplantation. Eyes, liver, kidneys, lungs, heart, pancreas, small intestine, skin, tendons, blood vessels, thymus, etc. are organs that can be transplanted. We have to take medicines to cure diseases. For this, we take treatments. There are various systems of treatment developed according to the conditions in different places. Some of these systems of medicine are introduced here. Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a system of treatment which has prevailed in India from ancient times. The main masters of the Ayurveda healing lineage are Charakan and Sushrutan. Siddha medicine. Agastya Muni is the exponent of this mode of treatment. The sages who lived during the 6th and 7th centuries were using this kind of natural therapy. Homeopathy. Homeopathy is a system of treatment introduced by Samuel Hahnemann, a German doctor. The main principle behind homeopathy is treat the patient, not the disease. Allopathy and modern medicine. Modern medicine is the most popular method of treatment in the world. Hippocrates is considered as the father of modern medicine. Modern equipments are used for diagnosis. Stethoscope, sphygmomanometer, thermometer, etc. are some of them. Apart from these equipments, modern medicines use methods like radiotherapy, surgery, organ transplantation, etc. From time immemorial, man depended on plants for medicine. Later, chemicals prepared in the laboratory were commonly used as medicines. Antibiotics are antimicrobial substances which can be used internally as well as externally. Some of them are extracted from microorganisms. Some others are produced through chemical processes. They destroy or make the microbes inactive. Antibiotics are used in the treatment and cure of contagious diseases such as typhoid, tuberculosis, etc. Immediate medical assistance is of utmost importance in the case of accidents and certain illnesses. This immediate first response is known as the first aid. Different types of first aid are given for different types of injuries. In some injuries, a lot of blood is lost from the body and becomes a threat to life. In such cases, the victim is given blood taken from some other person. This method of transferring blood is called blood transfusion. Blood is the vital body fluid that is constantly recreating itself. That is why blood transfusion does not affect the body in a negative way. New blood cells can effectively regenerate within 24 hours. The four main blood groups are A, B, AB, and O. Blood is classified into different groups based on the presence or absence of antigens or agglutinogens in the red blood cells. Various antibodies or agglutinins are seen in blood plasma. A group blood contain antigen A and antibody B. B group blood contains antigen B and antibody A. AB group contains both antigen A and B, antibody is absent in it. There is no antigen in O group. Antibody A and B are present in O group blood. During blood transfusion, presence of another type of antigen called Rh factor is also to be considered along with A and B antigen. Those possessing Rh factor are known as Rh positive and those not possessing it as Rh negative. When blood having Rh factor is received by a person not having Rh factor, no problem arises immediately. But gradually, his body develops antibodies against Rh factor. When the same factor reaches the body again, the antibodies which are already formed act against Rh factor and destroy the RBCs in the transfused blood. Antigen, antibody, and Rh factors are different in each blood group. When two different blood types are mixed, this can result into agglutination or the clumping of blood. Such clump of blood obstructs the flow of blood through capillaries and eventually lead to death. O group blood can be safely given to all people. So O group is known as universal donor. AB group can be received by all other groups. So AB group is known as universal recipient. Now let us examine how the Rh level influences a pregnant woman and her unborn child. Rh incompatibility occurs when an Rh negative mother is impregnated by an Rh positive father. If the mother is pregnant with her first baby, Rh incompatibility is not as much of a concern. But during parturition, when the placenta is separated, the Rh factor in the blood of the baby may reach the mother's blood. Then the mother's blood forms antibodies against this factor. During subsequent pregnancies, if the child is Rh positive, the antibodies which are already formed may reach the embryo through placenta and cause coagulation of fetal RBCs, resulting in defective fetal development or even the death of the fetus. This condition is known as erythroblastosis fetalis. This can also be considered as a defense mechanism of the body. Like animals, Plants also get infection due to the attack of microorganisms. Plants also possess mechanisms to prevent the entry of germs and attack them if they enter. It is through structural and biochemical mechanisms that plants effect this defense. You may have noticed that the leaves of plants like lotus and colocasia have a waxy coating on their leaves. This helps to prevent the entry of germs. When germs enter the body, the plants recognize the chemical substances present in them. As a result, substances like certain proteins, salicylic acid, and ethylene are produced. Through the presence of these substances, the information about the infection is transmitted to all parts of the plant body. Subsequently, structural changes occur in the cells of different plant tissues to fight germs. Since infection causes damage to metabolic activities, the defense mechanism which we learned is very essential for the existence of life.